Hello everybody. So in this video today I will be doing a full face makeup tutorial. As you can see, my eyebrows are already done, but I'm going to start by taking this NYX spray on primer, and I just spray it all over my face. Let that air dry a little bit, and I'm going to take my fan and fan it some. So as I do that, I wait for that to dry a little bit. And next, like I said, I did my eyebrows off camera already. I already had them done. So I'm going to take my Black Radiance foundation. I think they're in the color caramel, I'm sorry. And I'm going to apply this over my face. As much as I can. I don't like to put too much unless I just want a full coverage. Sometimes I go lighter, sometimes I go heavier with the foundation. It just depends. And then I'm going to take this angled flat brush kind of. I got it off of Amazon, and I always pat in my foundation. Somebody had a YouTube channel I watched before, and that's how they get their foundation to look matte. And I started doing this technique myself, and it actually does work, and I love the way my results come out afterwards. So the only time you see me kind of dragging it is like underneath my eyes a little bit, and then I'm going to move to my forehead and do the same thing, and I might drag it a little bit above my eyebrow. In this case, I had already had my eyebrows done, so there was already foundation on top of my eyebrows. So I'm going to continue to do that and blend it in as much as I can and as much as I like it. I get it on my neck some. Make sure I get my forehead. And sorry if you see me turning around a lot. Some of my makeup stuff is behind me in a bag, so I'll be having to dig for stuff. Next, I'm going to take this banana powder. Well, I'm not going to take that next, actually. Take that back. I'm going to use it eventually, but I got that from the beauty supply store. A lot of my stuff is drugstore or from Walmart. Nothing really ever that expensive. I'm going to take my beauty blender. Use a beauty blender as well. I'm going to use this on my eyelids because I'm not putting on any eyeshadow. I didn't really feel like putting on any eyeshadow this day. And excuse me if my mirror is blocking my view. I had to remember that I was recording sometimes. So yeah, but I put that on there just so my eyebrows wouldn't, not my eyebrows, my eyelids wouldn't be too greasy or crease up as I put foundation on them, since I did not put on any foundation that day. So next we're going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I think this is in the color Fawn. I really and truly cannot remember. But yes, I put it underneath my eyes. And I realized a lot goes a long way. Sometimes, I'm sorry, a lot. Really? Wow. A little goes a long way. Sometimes, like I said, if I'm doing a more dramatic or I want more of a, full coverage, I'll put some more, or I'll put more concealer. But I put just enough under my eye, a little bit on top of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my chin. I don't really like doing this a lot, mainly because my chin is already oily, but I just kind of like the way it looks. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Next, after I'm done applying my concealer, I don't know what I'm doing right here. Y'all, excuse me. I'm going to take this concealer that I got in a little darker shade. Well, a lot darker, really. I use that to contour. Sometimes I use powder. Sometimes I use cream. And I just put like about 3 dots on the sides of my face, and then a few more on the top of my forehead. And then I'm going to take this beauty blender and go ahead and dab in the concealer that I put underneath my eyes, my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin. And I sometimes like to use the side of the beauty blender so I can be able to get the concealer, you know, precise. Sometimes I realize once I use the tip of the what is it, beauty blender, it doesn't look right. So now I'm going to take another brush, or probably I believe the same ankle brush, if not a little bit flattened brush, and I'm going to blend in that concealer for my contour. I blend it in as much as I can. I have different ways of blending. I might, you know, go up and down. Sometimes I do small circles, sometimes I pat. It really just depends on, like, once again, the coverage that I would like, that I'm going for. So right here I'm patting on my forehead, trying to get a, you know, a dark enough color but not super dark. Next, I'm going to go back in with this same setting powder and put it underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, as well as on my chin. This is some good powder, y'all. Like, even though it's from the beauty supply store, it's so good, and it absorbs, and it's last longing. You know, it doesn't give that white looking finish afterwards, which a lot of people probably have trouble with. So I highly recommend it. Very cheap. You don't have to go far for it. In your local beauty supply store, a lot of the stuff I use is from the beauty supply store, whether I'm back at school or back at home, you know. And I don't put too much on my forehead and on my nose, because I don't want it to look too bright. I rather me highlight a little bit more underneath my eyes, because I do tend to have not really dark circles, but my eyes are a little bit darker underneath. Wow, really have kind of dark circles underneath my eyes. Excuse me. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Black Radiance palette that I got from Walmart in the color medium to dark. And that's the powder one that I use. I just go in a little bit and I dab it across the contour that I did already, so it doesn't come out, you know, oily looking, or looking oily. And it kind of defines it a little more, give it a little bit more color, a little bit more of a definition. When I do contour, I really like for my contour to pop for the most part, because I have chubby cheeks, and yeah, it makes a big difference. It's a huge difference. So I'm gonna go back and I try and do it more than once so it comes up to my liking. And I'm still learning how to do makeup myself. I learn new techniques every day. So if there's somebody out there that's watching this video, do not feel bad if you do not know how to do your makeup to your liking, or as you see everybody else, because everybody has to learn somewhere. So I'm gonna once again go back in with that same powder and just sharpen my contour underneath, make it a little bit, you know, more precise, a little sharp, you know, cut them with the contour, period, poo. And sometimes when I do it, it doesn't, well, not that it doesn't, I tend to put a little bit more than I should, so it'd be kind of overpowering with the powder, so I would have to go back in a couple times and, you know, fix it up a little bit, just a little bit. Next, I'm going to use this L'Oreal bronzer that I received. Oop, yeah, so my light went out. Excuse that, you know, technical difficulties sometimes. But I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush that I actually got from Walmart. It's just an all-around brush. And I take that bronzer and I just dust off the excess powder that I put on underneath my contour, on my chin, on my eyes, under my eyes, I'm sorry, on my forehead, and on the bridge of my nose. Just so I won't be looking too much lighter than what I really am. And it really just blends out everything, you know, make it a little even, like my skin tone. because you don't want it too bright. You don't want too much highlight and make you, when you take pictures with the flash on, and have you looking like a ghost. You don't want that. And sometimes I have to go in with a little bit more, because like I said, I don't like uneven tones. So next I'm gonna take this other angle brush, and I do my nose contour with that. I normally use this for my regular contour, but excuse me, that fluffy brush is a lot better for me, seems like. So I'm gonna go in with that and do it on my nose. And see, I didn't really get, you know, the excess powder off as I've liked. So I will go back in with the L'Oreal bronzer, once again from Walmart, you know. Go ahead and make any corrections. Take a good little look. So with me, like I said, I look at my makeup a lot, so I'll be trying to make sure it's to my liking and making sure that it's blended up as much as I could. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Naked illuminating highlighter. I've had this highlighter for a while now, like since high school, and it's still a lot of highlighter left, you know. I don't use it every day, but it's a really good highlighter. I love it for my skin tone because it's like a golden color. It's a golden brown color. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of, well, I've never really used any other highlighter but this highlighter. So, but it makes my skin, it's still my color. It's not too bright, not too dark. And it just gives it that, you know, that effect, that pop of color. A little shimmer here and there and everything. I normally put it on my cheeks, not my cheeks, on my cheekbone, really. And then on my Cupid's bow, on the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I'll put a little bit on top of my forehead and underneath, underneath my brows. But it just depends. I have different makeup for different days, and depending on how I'm feeling. And excuse how I sound. I just got over a bad cold. My voice is finally coming back after like a week. So, yeah. Girl, I don't know what's taking me so long on this little part. That's why I ain't uploaded in so long, because my voice was horrible. Like, you could barely understand what I was saying. Anyway, but this part is my lashes. How I do my lashes, I use, okay, everybody say it's not lash glue, but I use a 30-second hair glue from the beauty supply store, you know. These lashes also came from the beauty supply store. They're okay, I don't know the brand exactly, but I know they're in a black and gold case or packaging. They're really cute, really inexpensive, like $2.99 depending on where you get them from. And yeah, these are like my everyday lashes. I have some more dramatic lashes, but, you know, because my eyes aren't, you know, super big or super small, these are a perfect size for me. I love them. I never have to cut them. I know some people have to cut them because they're, you know, might be too long. Excuse me, I don't for these necessarily. But yeah, these are the ones I use. This is the lash glue that I use and everything. And that's how I started off learning how to do my makeup, really, when I got to college, is putting on lashes. Like, I knew how to do my makeup, but I was so used to just wearing mascara, and that was it. Now I know how to do my lashes. Some days I'll just do eyeshadow. I'm sorry, my eyebrows and my lashes, and that's it. And do the other one. Oop, yeah, so my lash wasn't cooperating like it should have been, but we're gonna get it together. And if anybody has that problem with the lash not sticking on the corner on the inside, I completely understand. So now I'm just gonna go in with my fan and, you know, make sure that glue is dried up, sweetie. And sometimes the glue does get stuck to my bottom lash, so I'll be having to go in and fix it and make sure it ain't crooked and make sure my eye's not watering. Everybody has this struggle. Next, I'm just going to take the e.l.f. Mascara that I have. I use this I use this a lot. If I have eyeshadow on and the eyeshadow's on my lashes, then I'll just put that on so it don't, you know, you don't see the color of the eyeshadow. It looks natural once you do it. So that's what I do, and brush off any excess powder with the same brush that I had with with the bronzer on it. Oh, you look cute, girl. Yes, ma'am, honey. And one last thing before I go, I am a big fan of sometimes, like I say, using highlighter. So for a natural glow, natural everyday makeup, I'll go in with that highlighter, a little small angle brush, and put a little bit underneath my eyebrow. Not too much, not too less, just enough, you know. And I be liking it to pop because, you know, you're doing a little natural beat. You need a little shimmer here and there. And there's nothing wrong with it either, sweetie. And it's just that on that. You see it. You love to see it. Apparently these lashes don't want to. The lash glue acting kind of crazy. Period, boo. And like I said, all of this is drugstore brand for the most part, or Walmart. So, but thank you guys for watching.